And we're live. Hi, and welcome back to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindalin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
My name is Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindalin. Or Linny, don't get confused. Billy
Or
calls
Linny.
me Linny. Yeah.
That's right. And we're back. It's been 2 weeks since we've recorded, so we're very excited to be back with you guys this week. Talking about probably not the cheeriest of topics. Linny?
No. Well, because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And if you've been following along, you'll see that we are doing boobies for boobies.
I get that wrong all the time.
All the time. So sorry, Sydney Cancer Society. See, again, I'm messing it up. Sydney Cancer.
People.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
So we thought today we would talk about, because it's very relevant for both Billy and myself, pap smears and mammograms.
Yep.
Both two very important things that,
Every woman should be doing on the regular.
Yeah.
And you know what? Lots of women don't.
I have a very interesting story to tell about that.
Yeah, they really do. As do I, because I'm here too, so.
Okay.
No, I genuinely do have a very interesting story to tell.
Yes, Billy, you are here.
I'm
honey.
here too.
Yes.
But before we start and before we get drinking.
Oh, yes.
Well, before we get
Yeah.
drinking, we just wanted to say, wait for it, with the powers of podcasting, you shouldn't really be hearing this. It's just the live people. Here we go. Bună ziua, Romania. Now.
Oh, God, do you have to talk with like
Absolutely. You know why? Because it reminds me of Eurovision.
Oh.
But we just wanted to say a big hello and thank you to our Romanian listeners. Now, you might be wondering what the hell, but we actually clearly have a huge audience there because we've been charting on the Apple podcast charts, I think, for personal journeys in Romania for...
journals, not journeys.
Oh, so of course, Linny's favorite word, personal journals. In Romania for like weeks, probably even a couple of months now.
Yeah, it baffles my mind. When we first got because we get emails each week telling us
how awesomely we're charting.
Yeah, right, that we didn't make the chart again. And I was like, oh, this must be a glitch.
Nope.
Romania. But then it keeps happening every week. I'm like, who? So please, if you're listening in Romania, can you please send us a message? Slide into our DMs.
Yes.
We're okay with that because we would love to know more about
We just want to know you. Honestly, we're very excited.
So cool. I think it's great.
Hey, we see you is the point. Okay.
And we appreciate you.
And we appreciate you.
The other people we appreciate.
Totally.
Those guys behind us, the Hinsey. We are so super excited. Should I do the fun fact first? Okay, I'll do the fun fact first.
Go.
Oh my God, which is super exciting too for all my fellow neighbors back home. Obviously, I'm Canadian. My neighbors are
same.
The lovely, darling, never rude or ignorant Americans.
This is a good start.
I know, right? No, the Hinsey is now available in the US.
Yes.
That's so cool.
How exciting for them.
That's the fun fact that we're doing today. We just saw that I'm sorry, I don't know if it's launched. Like, have they 100%, like if they go on the website, can you buy it right now?
I think it's good to go.
I
doubt that they'd send out emails being like, oh, we're going to launch. I think it's...
Yeah, it's on their socials.
I would say, yeah.
So I'm assuming it's live.
We are not a factual podcast. Go Google it.
No, but I do know that they have 3 wines.
Yes.
So, of course, a rosé. They have a red blend for the US palates.
Yes.
Palates. Yeah, and then they have...
I was going to say, what's the third one? I can't.
I remember, Billy. I know
good.
things. It's a Chardonnay.
Right.
But what I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it properly, it's in a special bottle with a cork. And I want to say a Burgundy.
Are you saying Burgundy wrong?
That's what I always think that it says. Don't know. Again, like what Billy said, we're not factual. But it's in a bigger bottle with a cork. So that's cool.
Cool.
Fun fact. And they're bloody amazing. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
The Hinsey.
Seriously. Have we talked enough about them? Because I don't think we have.
I don't think we have. I mean, we have, but they deserve more.
They deserve more, don't they?
They are removing plastic from the ocean. And they actually are doing it. They're not one of these bullshit people that talk about it. Like, they're incredible. I get speechless about their passion for actually cleaning up the oceans. And I call them wine warriors because I just think they're incredible. And they're even more incredible because they have a Sauv Blanc for us.
I know. And this is the thing. This is the first time we're actually tasting the Hidden Sea Sauv Blanc. We only got it in our last little package.
Yep.
And it's only been out in Australia for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
So we're so very excited to finally try my favorite wine.
Yeah, I know.
Every.
Do you know what is funny? Yeah. So her as in Billy, how rude. Billy's favorite white is a Sauv Blanc and my favorite white is I like Pinot Grigio or Pinot Gris.
Okay.
And they have a Pinot Grigio too. So we have been loving the Hindsi life.
I actually think they shouldn't have called it Sauv Blanc. I think they should have just called it like Bildo's blend.
Oh,
And then Lenny, you can have whatever. What kind of red
like
do you like? A Cabernet? Or
I like Cab Savs right now.
Cab Sauv. So then that could be Lenny's blend.
Oh, okay.
Oh
wait, Billy
what?
hates it when I don't have the bottle.
I know. But display the bottle.
Yes, okay.
It's wine chats. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's do it.
Cheers. And it's like hot and sunny here in Queensland.
Cheers.
So.
I'm so
my
excited
God,
to try this. Seriously.
I shoved it in the freezer.
I know,
Look at that. Look at the color. Look at how refreshing it is.
Do you still smell like white wines? And do you do all the same stuff as you do with red? Because I kind of feel like red needs to breathe, whereas white is like, does it need to breathe?
No. Well, we do too. Oh, and somebody's asking us about how to do the burpees now. Please. Do you know
that's my sister-in-law.
Oh, I can't say.
No, thank you, Sarah. No, thank you.
Sarah.
Actually, Lindsay, we'll do a little story about Lindsay's broken self
body.
I mean, guys, it's a refreshing Sauv Blanc. It really is.
Seriously,
it's
though?
delicious. It's so good.
So goody. Like, I know people probably get sick of us going, oh, wow, that's good.
That's not
But
true, because the
honestly-
first time we tried a Chardonnay, was it theirs? I can't remember.
No.
That we
the
weren't
one that we
fans.
like.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Easily
but
could
we
have been,
like
yeah.
the Vandenberg one.
That's right.
I can't remember.
Anyway,
It
the
was so
point is
long
we're
ago.
not lying. This isn't like we have no need to be lying.
Yeah.
This is delicious. It's Sauv Blanc. Like it's so cold, Lenny.
It's so good. But you're saying it like any Sauv Blanc could be good, because not all Sauv Blancs could be good.
No, but like generally speaking, it's like a nice clean taste. That's why they're not really a very popular wine to drink, because it's such a easy wine to drink, really.
But
It's got a little bite to it.
You know, sometimes you drink those white wines, though, where you're like, this is like what I picture my grandma would have drank. Like, you know, just that really like...
No, my grandma was drinking rakia.
Oh, is that vodka? What's that?
Yes.
Oh, right. I'm so smart. Yeah. This is just yum. Thank you, the Hindsi.
It really is. I could drink it, like I could guzzle it
Yeah,
down. But I
please
won't, because that's not ladylike.
Sip. Cheers. Oh. Anyways, oh my
Thank
God.
you, Hidden Sea, for finally bringing out a Sauv Blanc that's obviously, dedicated to us.
We love you
So
more.
we love you more.
We didn't think it was possible, but
so
we do.
true.
Now, enough
Now,
with the giggles.
wah, 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 wah.
I know. Oh, play
Oh,
it.
here we
Play
go,
a song,
yeah.
Bill. Okay, for the live people, we're just playing. No, it's broken.
Wait, you were talking in the middle of it.
Okay, so she was playing sad music in my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounded
Pretty
just like
much,
that too.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start things off by giving a really bad statistic.
Yeah, let's
you
do
know, why
some icky stats.
Just to get it out of the way. So in 2019, there were 3,243 deaths from breast cancer in Australia. Now, these stats are from canceraustralia.gov.au, okay? 31 were males and 3,212 were females. In 2021, it is estimated that there will be 3,138 deaths, 36 males and 3,102 females.
Okay, how do they... I don't know how they work that out. It's interesting that they can
Well, it's
like
just
put it down
protection.
to a...
Yeah,
to
they're scientists.
Oh,
They know
science again.
everything. They know everything, and you should do everything that they say.
Okay.
Okay, so
Like, get a mammogram, people. Right?
exactly. Look, I am. Breast cancer is very close to me. Wish it wasn't, but it is. Like many other people. So my mom's mom passed away from breast cancer. Oh God, I hope I don't cry. I didn't plan on.
I was going to say, not only are you probably going to cry,
Right? I didn't plan on this. Well, because
but that's so scary.
It is scary, but it's the reason why I'm like, I'm going to get teary is because her death anniversary is coming up at the end of November. 23 years? It's November 28th.
God.
I'm getting confused if it's no, it must be only 23 years. Okay. She died when I was 18. Do the math quick. I'm 42. 18, 28, 38.
It's 24.
24.
Yeah.
24 years.
24.
Oh, Jesus. Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry if I got that
God.
date wrong.
Yeah.
But I know it's the end of November, and it's been many years that she died. So she had breast cancer. And I remember coming home the one day, and my mom was so my mom had me like really young, like a lot of moms did back in those days, right? So she would have been like around my age, probably even younger. But I remember her like doing something in my brother's room and she was crying, something about because the cancer had spread. And that's all I remember my mom telling me. And do you know what really gets me now that makes me sad about it is that, so my mom dealing with like her mom being deathly sick, tragic,
fatal, terminal.
That's it. Yep. And like I was too young to give her the support that she would have needed. Lenny. I know it's stupid because my mom wouldn't have expected it from me. But now I look back going, oh my God, like I picture my mom being sick and like what I would need and want. Like I feel really bad that I was old enough, but I wasn't old enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you can't feel bad about that. I mean, you do, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's, when you're so young and something like that happens, it's hard for you. Like, how did you, like, for you to accept that as well and kind of work it through in your own way. Yeah. Plus, when you're that age, you're so selfish still towards your mum. Like, it's such a weird age with mums, isn't it?
Yeah, so, totally.
I mean, that's awful.
Yeah, it was quite sad. And do you know what it was sad? Like, seeing my grandma go through that too, obviously, for anybody, because she was such a, this is where I get my
good looks
from. Well, yeah, she was beautiful. Seriously, my grandma was gorgeous and she always looked done up.
What was her name?
Victoria.
That's what a beautiful name. Yeah. Yes. Ada Victoria. Yeah, God, now you're going to make me cry.
I know. She always went by Vicky.
Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky.
Oh, darling.
So yeah, just seeing her go through that, it was obviously.
So you watched her get sick and kind of get.
Yeah, I didn't see much of her while she was sick. I remember this one time she came over, and I shouldn't be laughing about it, but it you have to kind of find humor.
Memory, yeah.
Well, you have to find humor in, sometimes in bad situations. And she had her wig and we were standing in the kitchen and I don't even know what we were talking about or how her wig came up. And I just remember us giggling about the wig. And I really should ask my mom if she remembers it about like why we were giggling about the wig. Anyways.
I'm sorry, how old were you at this stage?
Well, she died when I was around 18.
Right. Okay. So you would have been a teenager. Yeah.
Whatever. But then seeing her like properly sick was kind of a shock, right? When you're used to seeing her all dolled up and stuff and all that.
Especially,
kind of stuff.
Because you see that person and you know who they are, but then you kind of see them like wither away.
Yeah.
That'd be devastating.
Yeah, it was quite sad. I could tell some more stories, but I didn't actually flag this with my mom. I don't know if my mom would want me to tell those stories.
No, so I think listen, that's enough, Lenny. You've said enough.
Yeah. But can I say too quickly?
Please.
Stop interrupting me. How rude. My other grandma.
I'm trying to help you. I don't know if Vicky would approve this.
No, my other grandma also had breast cancer.
Oh God.
But she had her one breast removed and she's fine.
Right.
So like it's on both sides of my family. So I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah. How much time do we have with you, I wonder, Lenny? Well, hopefully many more decades.
Yeah. I'll tell you I'll let you talk for a minute. People are probably sick of me.
Definitely. Look, never, Lenny. No, I actually, my auntie, on my mum's side, her older sister died of breast cancer as well. Actually, and it's funny because I don't really, because I haven't, I grew up around, obviously until when I was 9, we moved away and I've only really seen her maybe once or twice since I was 9 years old. Okay, and so I didn't have that, I mean, I obviously had a connection with her, but it wasn't such a strong, when you spend every day, like with your grandma, when you see someone actually go through that process, I think would be a lot more obviously traumatic than what I experienced, which was basically not even knowing she was suffering from cancer for years and years and years because, conservative family, we don't like to tell each other bad news. Right. So we didn't really even know. And then obviously she got worse and worse around the time we were getting married. So probably about 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago now. And then she ended up passing away as well. So she's
So was breast cancer in your family?
Well, that's what I'm thinking as well. Like as far as I know, she's the only one. But see, my grandpa on her dad died from I think lung cancer. So I wonder if cancer in general is in that line of
everybody's family has cancer.
Everybody's right. So I don't think it's a thing, but I think she's the only one that I know of. So I'm definitely more aware of absolutely when it's my time to go, like getting the regular mammograms and doing all of that because I know it's in my family.
But see, so this is the thing. Good segue, Bill. With
Thank you.
So I'm 42, and I think in Australia.
I was going to say, what's the thing?
Don't quote me, but so when I went to the GP, because I wanted a mammogram because it's in my family. So I was like, oh my God, I should have had one when I was 40. So when I spoke to my GP, she's like, oh, well, no, the regular, don't quote me, I think the regular time to go is 50 if it's not in your family.
Right.
I should have really
but
looked
see,
that
that's
up.
kind of, I don't know why they do that. And this is not a dig at anything or anyone, because obviously there's science behind it.
Yeah. You should Google.
We should Google it. Like, why only 50? Because obviously we know so many people who they don't wait to be 50 before they get cancer. You know
But
what I'm saying?
Google
So
if it is 50.
yeah.
I could be totally
right.
wrong, right?
Okay.
Because there is something about the 40-year mark as well.
When should you get your mammogram?
According to Mayo Clinic supports screening beginning at age 40 because screening mammograms can detect breast cancer early. Findings from randomized trials of women in their 40s and 50s have demonstrated that screening mammograms reduce the risk of dying of breast cancer.
Thank you. We know that.
There you go, Google. So 40, give
Well-
or take, and that may not be Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when it says when you can, because I remember my doctor saying like something about 40 and something about 50. Anyways.
Right.
And she was like a bit perplexed as to why I was asking
Right.
for a referral to get a breast
Yeah.
mammogram.
Mammogram, yeah.
Anyway, so I toddled off to get my boobies squeezed.
Yeah.
And as my mum calls them, tit squeeze. I'm going to get my tit squeeze.
Good for you, Sue.
Oh,
You
yeah,
go,
because
girlfriend.
she gets them regularly, right? Because
Absolutely.
her mum,
Yeah.
obviously. Because I just felt like, I feel guilty saying this, but I don't check my boobs as regularly as I should.
That's what husbands are for.
They wouldn't know what to, please. Plus, you have a family. Even
Yeah,
if you don't have a family,
totally.
you should be looking after
Yes.
your health. And
Yeah.
we live in a country that provides free mammograms. Like, why would you not
Yeah.
go and get it done? Even if it costs you money, like, you should take care of your body and your
Yeah.
future, right? So I go, and like, I don't get embarrassed. I'm pretty open with stuff like this. And I actually found it quite funny. So I had a button-up top on that
Yeah.
day. And it was a lady, which I wouldn't care if it wasn't, but they're all women. I didn't know this, but apparently they're
Oh.
all women.
Okay. No.
Don't know.
I would think the same rules apply to like gynecology as they do to mammograms.
No.
Like same.
Yeah.
They're doctors.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Okay.
think because she touched my boobs a lot.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
think maybe that's
If you didn't know and it was a
why.
male doctor, you'd be like, do you need to touch my boobs that much? You
Yeah.
know, maybe that kind of, okay.
Because I was quite surprised.
What did they
and
do to you? Tell us.
Okay, well, the funniest part was, so I thought like we would, warm up and ease into it. Again, I don't get embarrassed.
Do
but
these
I just
ones.
well, literally. No, I thought she would say something like, so how's your day been? Or, what have you been up to? Just something
Yeah.
and like explain what was going to happen.
Right.
No. So I walk in, she's like, oh, hi, I'm Jenny. Take your top off. I'm like, okay. Okay, Jenny. What was so weird though, what I found really comical was, so I'm unbuttoning my top. I'm like, this is really weird. And I'm taking my bra off. And she, she couldn't care what she was looking at. She
Yeah,
could have been
yeah.
looking at a vase of flowers, right?
Yeah,
Like she didn't
yeah.
care. And I was just standing there in my jeans with my
That is a little awkward. That's a little
floppy
awkward.
old boobs that have breastfed 3 kids, just standing there going, la la la. And
Just a usual day in the office.
I'm like, okay. So then, yeah, like they literally squash them onto
Does it
this.
hurt?
It does, but it's not. I mean, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's not painful in the sense
Right.
of like, oh my God, I'm going to smack you in the face type thing. Yeah. But I did find it really funny how she literally is like moving your boob around and like flopping it this way and moving it this way. And I just thought, the poor lady, like, I guess she wouldn't, but it would be the first few times if you did that to someone, you would feel a little bit.
I think by
like,
the time they do it at school, like that you'd be doing it at uni so much that they'd get so desensitized to it. But imagine how many boobs she would touch.
100%. But do you know what?
God, a day, yeah.
I really wanted to look down to see what my boob looked like, but I did
Pancaked
not
in a-
because I'm like, they are so horrible to begin with. Like the
Lenny.
way they would look flattened on this cold glass thing, squashed, like they would not have looked nice at all. So I didn't look. I'm like,
It's not the right place for your boobies to be looking
No.
nice. That's not, not in the name of science, Lenny.
No.
Obviously, I've never had a mammogram. I'm curious.
Yeah, look, if you want to
Yeah.
giggle. So just know that they will be not fondled, they will be maneuvered
Right.
a lot.
Into position. Yeah. And like you said, like I'm very much like, whatever, you do whatever you want to me. But I've never really had anybody Like when I had my moles checked, then he had to check my boobs. I was like, it's fine, doctor, it's fine, doctor, it's fine. And my kid's like next to me being like, why is he touching your boobies, mummy? I'm like, oh, I don't know, kid. I'm just, trying to survive.
Because he's a doctor.
Because he's a doctor.
But then that's not always safe.
No.
Tell us about your little
situation. This goes more into the cervical cancer bit because obviously I'm so young, such a spring chicken. I haven't had any mammograms yet. But like you said, I should totally start as well as soon as I hit 40, which is in, 5-6 years time.
God, it does 6.
Nobody knew, Linny. I almost got away with that.
More like closer to 4 years.
Well, I know. I'm a January baby.
Continue.
Anyway, but I did I think it was around 2013. So, almost 10 years ago, I had an abnormal pap smear come back.
Yeah.
And I was very much a good girl, always went and get my 2-year pap smears or whatever. Doctor was so close. What else was I doing at lunchtime? Yeah. Anyway, so then I, had, when the doctor calls you and they're like, you need to come back in and you're like, what for, doctor?
Yeah.
So I went back in and I had to literally Google not myself, but my medical situation because I do not remember a thing from that time, really.
Right.
Essentially I don't remember what procedures I had.
Right.
Easily
Yes. Yeah.
I could be telling you not the truth, but I screenshotted some stuff, guys. So what I had, my pap smear came back abnormal and having CIN3. For whoever knows what that means, you know what that means. For those of you who don't.
What does it mean?
Those are severely abnormal cells found on the surface of the cervix. So it's usually caused by certain types of HPV, which is that human papillomavirus. And it's found when a biopsy is done, blah, blah, blah. It's not cancer, but it does turn into cancer.
Exactly.
If I didn't get my pap smear done, and if I had waited 6 months, a year, that easily could have turned into cervical cancer.
Yeah, crazy.
So what I ended up having was I essentially had to go and get, the way I understood it is the tip of my cervix. I don't know which way you want to look at that. The tip of my cervix essentially had to be cut off. So I think they just lasered it off. They do the lasering that essentially then, burns off the end so it doesn't bleed or anything. Yeah. So I just had that done. It was a day surgery in and out and it was done. And the worst part about that was I went away for holiday directly after and I couldn't go into the pool 6 weeks. So there's a little...
What, for infection?
Yeah, that's right, because
really?
I had stuff
right.
lasered off, so I couldn't get into anything. But there was an ocean. Don't worry, I was fine. I swam still.
Oh.
But...
What? Wait.
I went to Malaysia afterwards.
Yeah, but no, I know. Okay, but so you could go in the ocean but not the pool?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think pool has other people's stuff in it, whereas the ocean is as free-for-all.
Well,
it's
nature. But somebody beside you probably just pissed.
Well, I told everybody, don't pee around me, please. What are you
It's called the current.
No, but not
chlorine.
Chlorine.
Yeah.
Chloroform. Not chloroform.
Whoa.
We are not scientists. But that then, so what happened after I had my surgery and everything, did all that, whatever, fine. I'm not going to tell you who, somebody very close to me, just in case she's not cool with me talking about her. Very close to me. I was telling them what happened. I went and had my surgery, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, she's older than me, probably around the same age as you. So super old. Has never had a pap smear. So this was so she would have easily been around 30 years old at the time, had never had one. And I'm like, seriously, dude? I don't understand. I could have died if I didn't have that pap smear. Yeah. So I made her go and get one straight away. Yeah. She was totally fine, thank God. And then after that, I think I had to get checks every 6 months and then every year for 5 years after that. And then now it's back to whatever it is. Yeah.
And have you had an abnormal one since?
No.
And do they say once you have an abnormal one, you're at a higher chance of having more abnormal ones?
If that is a thing, they didn't tell me about it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So hopefully back to normal.
Yeah. But do you know what?
It's scary.
It would be totally scary.
Yeah.
And I was somewhere today. I'm not going to say where it was because I don't want, again, some of this information is a bit close to him.
Totally. Yeah, people don't want us sharing their medical information on a podcast.
No. So I was somewhere where the chick was like, oh, what are you and Billy talking about today? And I said, what we were talking about. And she had just talked to somebody that was, she has a 21-year-old daughter. So do the math. That had never had a pap smear either. And the chick that was telling me, she's like, I was just baffled. How do you get through life that long in life without having a pap smear?
So true. Did your mother's not
exactly. Not to cut you off. That's exactly what I said to her. I'm like, I don't know what her family life was, but where was her mom? Because I know the second I was supposed to have one, my mom was like onto that stuff. And once you have your first one, then it's
your responsibility. Yeah,
exactly. And like, okay, in a year's time, 2 years time, now it's 5 years time, depending on the test you have, blah, 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 all this stuff. I'm like, how did she go through that? Even after having kids.
Yeah.
Like after having babies, like it's flagged with your doctor.
So true. Don't they ask these questions unless you had your baby in a bush? Surely they should ask, when's your last pap smear? How did it come back?
But listen, so I said that like I was being bossy. I'm not being bossy, but get this. So she went and has cancer, cervical cancer.
Stop it.
Stage 2. Her treatment didn't work. She's now at stage 4. Scary. Stage 4. Like I have tingles. Stage 4. Do you know what really, and now I don't know this girl, and I mean, I hope she's fine. I hope her treatment works, and I hope she lives for a very long time. What baffled me to the core was, so she has a 21-year-old daughter that has never had a pap smear. God. And she's not even forcing her to have one now.
What?
Now, I'm sorry. If I had found that out, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful because everybody gets to make their own decisions. I get it.
Yeah, we get it.
But if I had stage 4 cervical cancer and I had a 21-year-old daughter that was, I'm not going to have one, because like she's setting an example. Like, why would her daughter have one if the mom had never had one, right? Like, obviously it's not on either of the radars. But when your mom has stage 4 cancer, cervical cancer, go and get a fucking pap smear.
Yeah.
Would you not be running to the doctor to get one? And if you were the mom, would you not be like, honey, I know it's uncomfortable. I know you're a bit, intimidated, nervous, embarrassed, whatever, but I could die.
Whatever you are. Oh my God. If you are out there and you are listening to this and you've never had a pap smear, I mean, obviously go and get one. But just so because clearly there are so many women out there. I actually didn't know how prominent this sort of thing was. And if you know someone and I know someone, there's obviously lots of you out there.
Yeah.
It is literally going to the doctor. Yeah. They put a little spatula thing in. It looks like a little
duck beak.
Yeah. Duck beak in. They gel it first, so it's quite a smooth entry. And then they open it up. It's literally like and it opens up. Yeah, they do. It does, because then they need to.
The way you did that.
That's how they do it. And then they basically stick a long earbud.
Oh, okay, but seriously, can you just stop?
Get it up in there. What?
Don't you know my heebie-jeebie, Billy?
What is your heebie-jeebie?
Oh, the wet wool sweater. Oh my God, I can't. When I get a pap smear, people, I know, I'm so sorry. Finish your story. No, finish your story.
I'm going to have to get a wet sweater up in here and throw it on Lindy. I just want to see what happens.
No, it would have to be wool. Continue.
Yeah. Long story short, they just put an earbud in there, take a little swab, get it out. That is it. Duck beak comes out. It literally takes less than 5 minutes, if that.
Oh God, the swabbing is seconds.
Are you okay? Oh, well, I mean, the whole entry and the...
Yeah, no, I really have. Do you know that this might be
She's freaking out. I don't know what's happening.
I know, because it really bugs me. You know when you pull out a dry tampon?
Yes, that. Yeah, okay. That's why they use the gel.
No. I'm talking about the cotton bud thing. So wet wool sweaters. So if you were to, this is totally different.
So off track.
You know when you pull out like a wet wool sweater from the washing machine, and it makes a crinkly noise, like that feeling, like oh God, I can't stand it.
It has nothing to do with
pap smears. It does. The feeling of, and those that haven't got a pap smear, turn the volume off. Don't listen to this.
Well, if you have an aversion to wet wool,
when they're swabbing you, and it does that.
With the dry. You are so funny. Do you feel that, or are you just thinking about it?
No, I can. It's both. And it honestly, this is not put on. I cannot stand it. It makes my skin crawl. It makes me want to vomit. I cannot stand it. Gross.
I honestly don't think I've ever felt the stick in the pap smearing journey. No.
Oh, that's the part I feel.
Maybe because you know it and you already have the heebie-jeebies with it, so you expect it. Anyway, look, if you don't have a weird association with wet wool, you should be fine.
You should be fine.
It is literally it's so quick. And you have to do it every 5 years. It's not even every
2 years.
Yeah. It used to be every 2 years back in the day.
Well, I rang last September because I knew mine was due in September.
Right, yeah.
And I rang because I was like, oh, this is weird. I haven't got my letter in the mail. Yeah. So I rang. I'm like, I'm just calling because I was all excited to book my pap smear. And she's like,
despite the heebie-jeebies.
Right, exactly. And that should be testament. Like, put your heebie-jeebies aside. Just go and get your
pap smear. Yep.
Duck bill put in to
Oh
open
my
up your
God.
cervix.
You're making it worse.
And yeah, she's like, oh no, you had the whatever type of test it is that.
Right.
only
Yes.
go
That now goes for 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Are those your stats? I was going to
There
say,
are.
tell me.
Yes, because it just devastates me that people still don't go and get that stuff, because one of the it's not they're just facts. They're not fun facts, people. I was going to say one of my little fun facts, but it's not really.
That's what we kept saying upstairs.
HPV is the number one cause of cervical cancer. I mean, obviously there's lots, FYI, but this is what we all got. Did you get the HPV jab? This was like years ago when we had the rollout for the.
No, I think I was too old.
What is it called? God, I think they might even be. I'm going to say something that's totally not true.
Yeah.
Or not backed up by any kind of science. But anyway, I had some sort of Gardasil.
Okay.
It was like a 3-jab vaccination against cervical. Majority of cervical cancers. Obviously, it won't prevent every single one. And now that I think about it, I obviously received it before I had my surgery. So obviously, it doesn't prevent everything. But anyway.
Wasn't that really controversial?
It sure is. And here I am, living and breathing. Yeah. This is the one that kind of got me real sad, that most cervical cancer cases are preventable.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It is so preventable.
Yeah.
Much like what happened to me. They tested it. It came back abnormal. They got rid of it.
Yeah.
No cancer in sight.
Exactly.
Like it didn't even turn into cancer, but they can tell that it's coming and they can prevent it. Smoking and other factors other factors, that's stupid. It seems that women who smoke are about twice as likely to non-smokers to get cervical cancer.
Oh.
So yet another reason to stop fucking smoking.
Yeah. Well,
Ew.
smoking causes everything.
God, just stop it. And a few other little facts. Estimated number of new cases of cervical cancer diagnosed in 2021, 913. So not as much as what breast cancer is, but you know. Let's see.
How many people are actually dying from it?
Estimated deaths of 2021, 237. But that's so far, as in like obviously the year is still going. Not to say, but so again, significantly lower than breast cancer. Estimated percentage of all female deaths from cancer in 2021.
Oh, I don't know if I want to know this.
1.1%.
What? Well,
but that's of cancer.
Oh,
not cervical cancer.
Right. Okay.
Although it does say cervical cancer statistics. Anyway, chance of surviving at least 5 years, 74%. So you got a good chance of survival
if you catch it early.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Speaking of catching things early, and when I was chatting to this girl this morning, it's funny because look, maybe it is pushed more for men, but we hear all the time about get your pap smear done, which they call it something else now. They don't call it a pap smear.
Oh God. Is it something more like?
It's more medical.
Welcoming.
And it's a medical-ish term because pap smear, it doesn't sound very nice, right? Anyways.
Who cares? It's a medical term. Just get it done.
And mammograms. But you don't hear much of a push for males to go and get their bits checked, right? But they should.
Prostates, don't they need to get their isn't there a push for that?
Yeah, there is, but I don't think it's as loud as.
Do you know what? I just think that breast cancer marketing has been fucking phenomenal. Really, truly. Because obviously there's other cancers out there, but breast cancer is
Yeah.
I just think they've done a really great job of
100%. That's what I mean, though. There should be more push for males.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Cammie and I are going out for dinner tonight, and I'm like...
And we are talking about his balls.
Not the way he wants to.
Not in the good way. Let me check your balls, hon. And that is it as well. Like what you said before. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not very good at checking my own breasts as well for any kind of lumps and whatnot. We have a friend right now who's going through cancer.
Yeah. Yes.
Ali, if you're listening or if you're hearing or whatever, and for those of you who know her, our heart goes out to her. She's got a young family. She's a young woman. She's my age. It's devastating, and to find something like that would be horrible, terrifying. Yeah. So she's going through the treatment right now. We send you all our love and thoughts and virtual wine hugs.
Oh,
it's sad.
It is. It's scary.
It's so scary.
I was chatting to her this morning, and it. Yeah, when it's staring you in the face, literally, and I'm sure she doesn't want to talk about it all the time, so I don't bring it up when I see her, but then it's she's a walking ad. Yeah. Look, go,
And really, we've been doing, I don't even think we mentioned it a little bit at the beginning, but we've been doing burpees for boobies, which is it's a tongue twister, people. I'm not going to lie. And I was doing them last night after a long day. We've just had a big week, okay? Lindsay, we'll get to that in a second because she's got problems.
Yeah.
But I was doing my burpees last night and I was like, oh, I'm just so tired. I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
35 burpees. Who committed to this? Like, this is horseshit, you know?
They're hard.
And then I was doing it, I was like, you have fucking nothing to complain about. Like, remember why you're doing this. Like, it is so nice that I get to sit here and be like, I'm going to do 35 burpees a day for 30 days to, you know, support breast cancer, blah, blah, blah. But really, people are going out there and like going through it. So really,
Yeah, look.
it's a small price to pay, isn't it? To
It
try and
is.
raise some awareness, which means you should go and donate to us because obviously all the money goes to our cancer research.
Go to our Insta page.
Yes.
There is a post in our grid about it. There's also a link in our bio where you can go to donate money.
Yep.
Yes, we have a goal of $350 for the month. That's
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
Come on, people. I think we're only at like $85, which is great.
Right, which is awesome.
Amazing. Super amazing. $20 of that was from us, but doesn't matter.
So really $65.
Yeah. But seriously, go check us out. The money obviously doesn't go to us. Like
No,
it's going
that's
to a
right,
great cause. So
Yeah.
go check it out. But can I just say,
Yes.
when you're back to Cameron's balls, you know, because that's for testicular cancer.
Right.
For prostate cancer.
Oh.
It's up the butt.
Of course. Yes, of course. My bad. It's all in the
So,
same area. Kind of like
same
America, Canada, same thing. Same thing.
Can I please be balls? I do not want to be a stinky butthole.
I think that much is much is evident. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So again, like men probably don't want to go and have a doctor stick their finger up their butt. Well, you know what? Too bad. We have a duck beak going in, opening our cervix with a gross cotton swab going.
I cannot stand it when men don't like to do things like get vasectomies or, you know,
Yeah.
things like that. It's like, bitch, from the moment a woman is born and turns and starts bleeding, it's like, please, we are at the doctors constantly being poked and prodded.
Yeah.
And then we have these things come out of us that are the size of fucking footballs. And you don't want to go get a little snip. Oh, you don't want the doctor to put his finger up your
For 2
butt for your
seconds.
health.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
dick.
Okay.
Anyway.
Calm down. Okay, rapidly
took a
wrap.
weird turn.
Yeah, let's rapidly wrap it. Billy.
Okay, that's it. Listen, if you're a woman, go get your shit checked. If you're a man, also go get your shit checked.
100%.
Please go check out our Insta. We are doing burpees for boobies this month, the whole of October, 35 burpees a day. We are doing, Lindsay's probably going to start squatting. She's got some upper body problems.
The way you said I'm going to start squatting.
Oh, squat. No, like exercise squatting, not
yeah,
like
something
whatever
else.
weird
Dodgy. Really
way.
dodgy.
Yeah.
Knee. Or arm. What's this thing?
Rotator
Shoulder.
cuff, your shoulder. Yeah, she's got rotator cuff problems. She needs a new one. So please go and donate and support and whatnot. You can also find us on our socials. We are Wine Chats Podcast. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn,
YouTube.
YouTube. All the great places. So please go and find us, review, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's it.
Good job,
Lenny,
Billy.
wrap it up, Lenny. Chat soon, everyone.
I know you hate it, Billy, but all the research says just end it on a very quick, simple note every week. We don't need song and dance. Just
We are
chat
not a
soon.
factual podcast. I don't understand why you're bringing research into it.
Turn her mic off. Chat soon, guys. Bye.
Bye.
She hates it. She absolutely hates it. You turned me off before I was even done. The recording's still going.